Turki Al-Sheikh made an announcement today of a film based on a UFC career being in the works with the UFC and Dan Snyder being a part of it. So without further ado, let's check this out. This was announced just hours ago. UFC CEO Dana White partners with director Zack Snyder for MMA film Brawler. Monday morning, entertainment website Variety reported the news that director Zack Snyder had agreed to direct a film about a fictional character's rise to a UFC stardom alongside the support of CEO Dana White and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. The movie titled Brawler doesn't have a release date, trailer, or added details about the cast. White said via a press release he is excited to partake in the venture. So I opened up the tweet over here. I'll bring it back up. There's a picture of them. This is what the press release was. It says, if I can zoom in here. So, Zack Snyder teams with UFC and His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh on Brawler film. Los Angeles acclaimed filmmaker Zack Snyder, known for his groundbreaking approach to meticulous detail, captivating style, and humanized portrayal of his characters, has partnered with UFC, the world's premier mixed martial arts organization, and he Turkish OSC, to create the film Brawler. Snyder will direct the film and serve as a alongside writers and executive producers Shay Hatton, Rebel Moon Ballerina, and Kurt Johnson, 300 Rebel Moon. Snyder, Deborah Snyder, and Wesley Kohler will produce through Stone Quarry with Olive Sheik and UFC Chief Content Officer Craig Borsari also serving as executive producers. Behind every great fight is okay. Can you stop moving around? Behind every great fight is a story of how every great fighter is a story of how they got there. Said Zack Snyder. UFC is the world leader in combat sports, and I wanted to be partnering with them to tell this incredible story. Wow, I am struggling here. Wow. He, Turki Al-Sheikh, chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of Saudi Arabia and owner of the Ring magazine, said, I've been a fan of Zach's work for years. His unique style, from his iconic action sequence to his sweeping visuals and intensely emotional storytelling, coupled with his humanized portrayal of deeply flawed characters in singular, I couldn't think of a better person to partner with to bring the UFC movie to the big screen. The magazine, with its 103-year legacy, will support to ensure the project's success. Dana White, CEO of the UFC, added, he, Turkey Al-Sheikh, and Zack Snyder have a shared vision to create a film about UFC. They are both they are both very passionate about this project to show fans what it takes to become a UFC champion. It's an incredibly ambitious project. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Um, Wagwan. This just explains the companies here. But when it comes to, I'm just gonna leave this. We don't need to be on here anymore. When it comes to a UFC movie, I have a couple thoughts on this. One, they're doing it at a time where the UFC is really struggling. And I'm currently in the process of making multiple videos doing matchmaking for the division, but potentially a UFC film could be made for a couple reasons. One, the story to get like the path that these fighters go through isn't talked about enough. You start off in the amateurs. You're gambling on yourself. Maybe you do good there, maybe you don't. Okay, you do good in amateurs. Well, we'll move you up to pro on the regional scene. You get past whoever you get past there. Oh, maybe we bump you up to a bigger promotion. And then maybe it's a different promotion. And maybe you'll be able to get to the UFC. Before, you know, it was a bit easier back when you had more especially Pride, the early days of Pride where they were throwing money like it didn't exist. You used to have Bellator, you used to have Strikeforce, you used to have options, but the UFC is the only one option now. Like and if they're able to find the right actor, find the right tone for what this movie should be, like it could be a very emotional story because you gotta think of it this way. You get into the UFC, a lot of these guys are getting in while they're young. So they're hitting their athletic prime in the UFC. But one of the reasons I love this sport, and I've heard many people say this, is that every single fight, everything is on the line in that case. You go up against whoever, with whatever win streak, with whoever on their hit list. You beat them, you take their accomplishments. It doesn't go on your record, but by MMA math, we're all like, oh, Victoria beat Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski gave himself trouble in the first fight. MMA math is how we go off matchmaking anybody, whether it's, realistic or not. But, like, if they're able to show the the path, the hardship, the weight cuts, doing media, having your first loss, because we know the fighter will lose in this movie. They will. Like if they made a movie basically having their character be Hamza Jemayev, it won't be an entertaining movie. I want to say out all the crypto scams and marrying into fun families. But like it could really be eye opening to a lot of fans, whether you're a hardcore, whether you're a casual. What goes into it? What is your mindset like when you're weight cutting a week before and you're shedding, 20 plus pounds, 18, whatever it is, you're shedding the weight, you're dehydrated, showing everything about that fighter's past, I feel like the story right there, it, it would be very hard, brutal. It would be a brutal story. But then if you're able to make it to the top, even if you're able to become a top contender and you're making good money, look at a Dustin Poirier, dude. Dustin Poirier was really good in featherweight. Really good in featherweight. Ends up going up against Connor. Connor turns into the biggest star in the sport. Dustin fought him very hot headed. The Connor mind games worked against him. And then after that, he went back to the drawing board. And then eventually went to lightweight. And then he built himself into being one of the greatest lightweights of all time. never won the belt. But that's a story right there. You know, it's it can be a really good story if they do it right. I just again, dude, a movie would be great. Real life is what matters. And right now, we really don't have many big fights. We really don't have many big headlines in the UFC. Yeah, it's cool you're doing a movie. Give us some fights. I mean, I uploaded my lightweight matchmaking video before this. Go check it out if you want to see my opinion on the division, and I feel like I laid out a pretty good path to fix it. But how does the movie really affect getting these guys in the cage? It could help you in the TV rights still coming up. Like I think that's a few months away, but maybe the movie thing leans towards going to Netflix. Which if they did that, they copied the WWE. How much is that going to cost? Are we really going to get rid of pay per views? Dana White's been talking about it, but it, that's how they make a shit ton of money now. But I don't know. I'm gonna watch it regardless. Um, I would be interested to see what what actors they put in it, what celebrities they get to be a part of it, who the protagonist is, and whether or not it's just a cash grab, right? And just a guy going out there like here comes the boom, here comes the boom is funny. That was a fun movie. That's an all timer right there. But I want to see kind of like what they did with uh WWE the movie Iron Claw with yeah the what are the last names? Von Erichs, yeah. What they did with Von Erichs brothers, so they shot it like that. I think this could be a really good movie, a really emotional movie, and it could give us as fans kind of a peek behind the curtain. Like we have fighters have YouTube channels, but like the ability to immerse the audience in a movie is much different than just sitting in front of the camera talking. Like I don't know, man. And then like every time you go in there, it's like I am literally putting everything into it. If I don't walk out of this cage, I'm fine. Like that's the part of MMA that always gets me. Like these guys are dedicated to their craft. I've been training since childhood, and they're putting it all on the line in the cage, dealing with everything behind the scenes, dealing with social media, dealing with the weight cuts. It's, again, like to basically put everything you have in into something that is so so like it's nearly impossible to succeed in. You've only had one champion, and I believe 11 or how many weight classes do we have? Strawweight, two bantamweights, two featherweights. I can't even remember. Yeah, we have a lot. I think it's 13, 14. But like so many of these guys, you're fighting. You're right above 500. You're right below 500. Like say it's 3-3 in your last, 6 fights. You're fighting another guy who's on a slump. Like those fights where it's two guys and the only outcome is one person stays and the other person is booted out of the company. Those are the fights that get me. Well, like even when I don't like the fighters, like damn, they put everything they had into this for my entertainment, for our entertainment. And like when you see that dream be shut out, like seeing Dustin Poirier lose to Israel Makachev, that was painful. That hurt me, you know, because like I guess that's always the same, right? The Taporia loss makes it really difficult for him to really get back to a title. But I mean, at lightweight though, at lightweight, I think it's a bit easier for him. We'll see. I just, I like the idea. I think if they do it right, and if they really show like, it's not even the action scenes I want to see. It's all the behind the scenes. It's mainly the weight cut, the negotiating, and like the mentality going into a fight. That's what I want to see. But let me know, what did you think of this major announcement coming today from Turkish Al-Sheikh of a UFC movie being in the works? Are you excited? Who would you like to be in it? And what are your opinions of Dan Snyder producing it? I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Um, Go check out my lightweight matchmaking video. I uploaded that today. Um, Joel Alvarez is fighting Benoit Anthony. I saw that after the fact, so I got that one wrong. But I have a couple others that are interesting picks that I think you might like. So go check that out. Thanks for watching. Later.